Here we go.
Hey, I want to welcome everybody to season 2, episode 8 of Caps and Convos. This podcast is really taking off and happy to see you guys here yet once again. I'm your host, Lamont Brathwaite, your metric specialist. Wait a minute, Bob. If if you ever need metrics in your business, wait a minute, I got to do the slow intro thing. If you ever need metrics in your business, I can't even do my intro right, man.
That was too much. That
If-
was too much. Take your time. Take your time. I can hold
okay,
my
let me
breath
start
here.
from the top.
All right,
Okay.
go.
If you ever need metrics in your business, metrics is the way. I am your guy. Please DM for more metrics abilities to grow and scale your business.
That's it.
On you,
You're
Bob.
oh, you're done. Okay,
Well,
okay.
you know,
I wasn't
y'all
sure.
been getting on me about making it so long.
It could have been a dramatic pause there. I don't know where you were going with it. Oh, so that was
Well,
the
the,
end.
the
Okay,
the
cool.
dramatics was in the beginning when I lifted up like this. that was the dramatic part. So,
Good morning, everybody. My name is Bob G. I'm your web design strategist, and just a little tidbit out there for those of you who are considering putting a web page up for whatever business or personal thing you may have. Um, SEO is a real thing. It's a consideration. So when you look at SEO, think of it as like a lifeline, like a garden that you're nurturing, just so that you can get yourself out there. And without further ado, we're going to jump right into this podcast. I can't believe it's been going on for so long. This is great.
what is
This is
it?
absolutely great.
Oh,
Well, the podcast, the length of it all, this is
oh
fantastic.
yeah.
Like we've been at this now for what, since October, November?
This is early November.
No, early November. Look
Yeah,
at that.
yeah.
Look at that. And I'm really glad that we decided to do, two episodes a week instead of just one, because it really gives us a chance to, get with ourselves and figure things out and talk with other people who are kind of going through the same things that we're going through. And, obviously many, many, many other people are going through as well, as far as taking those steps into the entrepreneurial journey. Have you ever thought about, like, why you wanted to get into business for yourself, Lamont?
Yeah, because I hated leaving the house, but I'm just like the typical guy that wants to, improve. And, at first sight, I wanted to make more money than my job because this job that I have over here is it's okay, but it's not enough to, grow with. Right now it's just like just over broke. I get enough to pay my bills, and anything outside of that, I have to either wait till next month or wait till I save up enough money. So that was my like one of my major reasons that I got into entrepreneurship. Now, is it working? Yeah, it's working, but there's a lot of things I had to learn first before I made my first dollar. So, there's a lot of people going through that right now.
Yeah, I have to say that I'm a little bit embarrassed because in my game, I realized it late, and that was one of the things. Like, it's a regret. I do have this regret that I realized it late in the game that I could have been in business for myself all these years. Like
Yeah.
the entire time of me working and clocking in for somebody on somebody else's time, filling in somebody else's pocket, like I was getting paid okay, I guess you can say, for what I was doing, but it was never mine. And I'm that guy. I'm that guy that wants ownership of his stuff. Like, I've never leased a car before because I
Yeah.
don't like the idea of, okay, I'm making a monthly payment and it goes to nothing, because at the end of like 2 years you got to turn it in, and you don't.
Yeah, or
That's
you
it.
got to pay that balloon payment, whichever one, But
Yeah, yeah.
I've been in the lease before, so I know how that goes. With that being said, we're going to see how our next guest, is faring through the situation because she started on, some similar aspects of growing or starting her business. And let's bring her out and give her a chat up and see. Welcome. We want to welcome y'all to, first of all, I appreciate everybody that's coming to these lives, and I appreciate everybody that's either following us on Spotify or in the group, or just overall just supporting us. So we appreciate that. That goes without saying.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you so much.
and without further ado, let's bring Maria back out here again. see how she's doing. Maria, how you doing? How
Hey,
you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How about you?
Welcome
How
to.
about you?
I'm doing well. Considering that Father Time is still undefeated. He's trying to tell me that my back is not what it used to be when I was 20 years old. But a little
Well, I get
exercise ain't
you.
hurt nobody. So
I feel like I'm 85 in the inside.
oh,
No,
trust me,
When I
trust
no.
wake
me.
up, it's like, oh shit, another day. Yay. Let's
Now
go,
I know
winter
what the
time.
I know how you feel. Now I know what the dinosaurs feel like because I feel like I got a dinosaur vertebrae in my back, and it's just not completely in the 21st century yet. So, welcome again to Caps and Convos. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
having you. How's your morning so far? And what have you been up to?
Well, now it's 3 p.m. my time here. Um, for those who don't know, I live in Tenerife, Spain, in the Canary Islands. And my morning has been pretty relaxed today. I went out for a walk to do my stretching, and then I took a coffee with a friend. And I've been doing things around the house, just taking it easy.
Oh,
But it's been good.
that's
It's been good.
life.
I needed this time to disconnect and do other stuff.
I know that's right. I know that's right because I often take little breaks every so
Oh
now and
yeah.
then because it's a must. You have to,
Mhm. Yeah.
whether you're in business or not. You still have to take some you time
Mhm.
because if you don't, next thing you know, you're gonna go to sleep and you're gonna wake up just like me. I went to sleep yesterday and I woke up and I'm 49 years old. I don't know what happened, but tell us more about your why because we've been on this for a couple of weeks now, but we
Yeah.
really want to know why you stepped into the online space to start your
Wow.
business.
Well, this one main reason is because I want to have more free time. I wanted to have more free time. And this comes from, well, since I guess 4 years now or 5 years, I've been feeling that besides my job, I'm a nurse, really
Hmm.
fulfills me.
Thank you
There's
for your
something
service.
missing, there's something
Yeah,
missing.
definitely.
I
Definitely
love,
thank you for your service.
oh, thank you. I love my job. I love spending time at the hospital. I feel like home. It feels like home. But yet, I do have a decent salary and something was missing. So in 2023, in I think it was May 2023, I had to take a sick leave because I deal with the degenerative health issues. So it was just one of many more. But this time, um, it generated me a lot of uncertainty about my future and how I would be able to handle nursing for how many years. And then I started doing research online on how to make this entrepreneurial journey a reality and see
Hmm.
how it could work for me. And and I saw future there. I saw that it was something that could fit in in what I wanted to reach at some point, and everything started from there. I just took my
No,
first course and then kept implementing from there until where
and
I am right
that's
now.
that's the secret right there. You
Hmm.
have to
Yeah.
implement every
Yeah.
chance that you get, especially when you
Hmm.
learn something new.
Yeah.
I have to like tip my hat off to you because it takes a lot of courage to be able to be in your position to do
Thank you.
something like that. I
Hmm.
know that the medical field can be extremely challenging, especially when
Yeah.
it comes to the combust of time, where
Hmm.
you're practically a slave to the hospital and you are doing a
Yeah.
fantastic service. You are serving the
Yeah.
people in your community,
Hmm.
but the fact that you had a hole there that you wanted, that needed to be filled with
Hmm.
something else, and that call happens to a lot of people. That call
Yeah.
happens to a lot of people. But again, your courage to be able to grab that by the reins and go on with it,
Hmm.
I applaud you. I
No,
applaud you
thank you.
because that step
Thank you
is
so
is
much.
is huge. No, man,
Thank you.
thank you for making it out. That's been fantastic.
Well, I guess everyone that is around here is being going through the same. Um, I realized, and I was thinking about this morning, that we all start with the same fears and the same dreams, and you have to be really open to keep learning, be coachable, and I don't set up myself, timings like I have to be making this much by that month. I don't care about that.
Right.
I focus on the fact that I'm seeing progress, no matter what. It can be leads, new leads. It can be more followers. It can be more engagement, whatever. And just stay with that to keep going and understanding that this is a learning process. And yeah, we all start from zero.
Yeah,
Most of us.
and that's the thing. That's the thing though, because a lot of people think, okay, I want to start out in this business and think they're going to catch up to everybody else that's been
Yeah.
in the game for a while, and that's completely against the truth. Because
Hmm.
we'll see the 2 hour workday and whatsoever. Now, I'm not knocking it because you can get there, but just not in the beginning.
Oh
In the
no,
beginning,
no.
you have to be one of those lifelong learners. You learn stuff every
Mhm.
day,
Yeah.
and I can tell you right now the things that I've learned. I want to say maybe a year ago are old tactics now. I
Hmm.
mean, you have to keep learning. You have to
Yeah.
adapt. You have to
Hmm.
evolve, so to speak.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people go wrong in the beginning because they think, okay, I can get this. Everybody else is doing it. Regardless if everybody else is doing it or not, you still have to lay your foundation. You still have to
Yeah.
follow your path. You still have to attain your goals. What
Hmm.
are you doing right now? Let's
Well,
just say from where you are right now
yeah.
to where your goals are. What kind of steps are you following?
Well, right now, since I have to go back to nursing, I decided to work on that 2 hour workday routine that you
Hmm.
mentioned before. And something I want to make clear about this, I see some critics about this. Maybe it's about the marketing part, but what I try to do as I'm learning also this course and learning about attraction marketing, what I also share in my content is that yes, there's a 2 hour workday routine, but you need to go through the course, please.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if you don't go through the course, you will never get to be able to implement that that 2 hour workday routine. It's going to
Yeah.
be really, really hard. You have to go through all the process of just learning how this works and what really can work best for you. Because that's it. I've been taught a lot of things and uh, different strategies. I've been implementing them, using them, and they work.
hmm,
But
yeah,
if something changes in your life, like in my situation, that I was gonna have less time, I thought, well, I have to do something. And I found this program, and it's been really, really good. I've been more focused on TikTok right now,
hmm,
but I feel like it. I can be more myself as it fits better with my whole situation, and I can
hmm.
be more authentic in my video. So therefore, I'm more comfortable promoting this program right now. And also, if they want my coaching, that's perfect. I'll be
The
there.
authenticity is so
Hmm.
key,
Yeah.
because like I think that it's been said before where if you're trying to like fake it, if you're presenting yourself like somebody who's faking it all, taking
Hmm.
pictures in front of lavish cars or in lavish houses, you know it, the people that are viewing that, the consumers of your content, they can totally call you out on it. Like
Yeah.
I am guilty today, to this very day, of calling people out on their BS. Like, when I see people that are using like ChatGPT, for example, to just like respond to anything and everything out there.
Hmm.
And it's like, bro, that's so computer generated. Like, take a second, review what
Yeah.
the hell the thing is telling you, plug in some of your own words and make it,
Hmm.
a little bit more you,
Yeah.
because the
Hmm.
computer is not
Yeah,
you. But
Yeah.
it's such an important thing, because if you're gonna succeed in this online space,
Mm.
People want to connect with people,
Yeah,
and that's the basic
yeah,
of it all. People want to connect with people.
yeah. Yeah, they need to relate to you somehow. And I have to say that at the very beginning, I was told to copy and paste what others do, what
Yeah.
others were doing. And I was like, okay, because I knew nothing about this. So I thought, okay, let's see how this goes. But then I started doing that. And and yeah, I was like, yes, but no, no, something's missing.
Yeah, but
I
at
kill
least you got
myself.
to that spot. At least you got to that spot where you kind of notice, okay, this
Yeah,
is not me.
yeah,
I can't do it that way. I mean, but there's a lot of people that just say, okay, I'm just going to follow this format and I'm going to stick to it
yeah,
and see what happens. And then they follow this for years and years and years, and then they say, well, it's not working for me. Well, you didn't insert you into that problem or
yeah.
situation. That's the problem.
Hmm,
But sometimes you have to, be authentic. You have to be
hmm,
genuine. You have to be yourself. And if you
yeah.
can't be that, who else are you supposed to be? Copy and paste can only take you so far. I
Huh?
mean, I've done this for so long that I was I wasn't good at email creation.
Hmm.
So I just, copied and pasted a script and wonder why it never worked. And I was like,
Yeah.
you know, after years of going around in circles, I was like, yeah, they opening, but nobody's clicking the links.
Yeah.
So I had to look within, and I started thinking. I said, you know what? That this is somebody else's script. You know, I can't give you a book of somebody else's life or somebody else's, winnings and say, okay, I'm gonna make it mine
Mhm.
verbatim.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing. And until I changed one thing, um, I'm not going to give you all the secrets.
Come on.
But I changed one thing, and I started
Mhm.
to. This one thing is storytelling. I started telling a story of about me, not about the industry, not about Tom, Dick, Harry, or Bob. Just me, just
Yeah.
me. And it sort of worked. It clicked because people resonated more with me
Mhm.
than they would resonate with somebody that they don't know. So it's the know, like, and trust factor. What do you do right now to get people to know, like, and trust you?
I am creating videos in TikTok where
Hmm.
I'm sharing my whole experience with this 2 hour workday routine. I started a new account for to do that.
Hmm.
And also I'm working on my email campaign. I've been implementing
Okay.
the strategy in the newsletters we send, but now
Hmm.
I want to get more deep into the email campaign and see what I can change and just try things and see how it goes. Because I now I can see leads coming into my funnel. So
Hmm.
I don't want to sound like a robot or somebody else that is not that has
Right.
nothing to do with the person you see in the videos, you
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
just sharing my life. So yeah, I'm
But
You
that's a
I
know,
good
have to
thing,
work
though.
more on
That's
that.
one of the things that I've noticed on your stuff, Maria, because like I've been following you for a while, and
Mm.
I love when you do the little video captions and stuff of you working out.
Oh yeah,
I remember you
thank
had
you.
a knee injury not too long ago, and the whole recovery process from that. Like that's something that touches people's lives,
Yeah,
yeah.
because
I
there's so
appreciate
many people
that
that are
and
that are
thank
stuck
you.
in that. No, no, thank
Mm.
you. Like you're putting it out there for people to see,
Yeah.
to relate to, and there's a lot of people
Mm.
that
Yeah.
go through that same stuff. I don't know if you're doing it with that intent, but that's what's happening. You're connecting with people with that.
Yes, yes. I would love to show the people that besides all the shit you might be going through, there's always something you can do to make your life better. Because, well,
Yeah.
going to the gyms and working out, that I went from not walking at all, or maybe 5 seconds until my legs and arms will fall asleep, and going to the gym and being there with those guys has helped me to be where I am right just today.
Hmm.
So it's a huge part of my life and my recovery process. As you know, my health issues are gonna be there forever. So I had to do something, you know.
Yeah.
instead of staying just laying down in the couch. I cannot walk. Well, I will. Somehow I will.
Yeah.
Let me
But
ask you
see, that's
something. How did your family take to you wanting to venture off into the online space, into starting your own business? What How did they react to it?
Well, they support me. Um, they always support me. I love my parents, and I'm the only child. I know I sound a little bit I don't know how to say it in English, but I have to
Say it in
say
Spanish.
they have been, yeah.
Yo te puedo traducir. Go ahead and say it in Spanish. It's fine.
Wait a minute, I don't understand what you just said.
Hold on, man. I'll put the subtitles up in a second. Let her say it first.
um how is it said? Well, when you're an only child, a lot of people suppose that your parents are always there for you. Just you're in a bed of roses, some of that like that. But
Spoiled. Spoiled.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, spoiled. But I have to say that they've done a pretty good job with me because I wasn't spoiled at all, just sometimes. And I started having this entrepreneurial side when dad, my parents, well, both of them decided to buy an apartment here in the island, and I manage it as a vacational property. So I always like to find new ways to evolve, to be better, try new things, because there's so many things you can do, and and in fact, I wanted to give just a little bit back to them because they've always been there providing me with anything I needed. So why not just to give something
Yeah,
back? Mm,
that's
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool. That's pretty cool. So
yeah.
with all that said and done, let's transition into the part where people fear the most, the mindset. Because if you don't have the mindset to do a lot of this stuff, it just won't happen for you. And
Yeah.
I tell a lot of people this, and they just skip that important step. And that needs to be like the first step, because if you don't have the right
Mm,
mindset, you can't make your rights out of your lefts.
yeah.
Um, how what can you tell us about your mindset as far as saying, okay, I can do this, or my mindset needs to be at a certain point where I can just grow from there. How is your mindset right now? Let me just ask you that.
I think my mindset is in a good place. I always try to listen to my body. Um,
Hmm.
and if I need to rest, I will do it. And because that's part of being balanced, you know, um,
Okay.
just trying to keep balance between activity and resting. That's what has been
Hmm.
helping me a lot in these past years. And I do mindfulness. I practice mindfulness as well. And basically that, listening to my body. But when it comes to business, I would say that, well, also you have to implement those skills as well.
Hmm.
But being starting something from zero, but being really open, with um, mind in blank, if that makes sense,
It
in
does.
blanco, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And don't don't judge, don't come with these prejudgments we tend to have about how my things might work out, and just that, just
That's
start
cool.
like
And
fresh, new, brand new.
that's
Yeah.
that's a good way to start, because once you come in, there's a lot to be learned.
Hmm,
And if you've been taught a certain way, and now you're entering something new that going in a different direction, then you might have to unlearn some of the stuff that you already
yeah,
learned, because it could get in the way of the new stuff. And that was one of my biggest problems too, because everything that I've learned, or everything that I wanted to learn, I was going in one direction. And out of the blue, I said, you know what? I wanted to start this new path, this new direction,
hmm,
but I couldn't take the old stuff with me, if
yeah,
that makes any sense, because now it became too much, and I got frustrated, I got overwhelmed, and I
hmm,
wanted to quit. Now I have no quit button.
Yeah.
But that might be good and it might be bad because sometimes you have to shut yourself down. And a lot of people face this burnout phase where they say, okay, I can't go anymore. I don't know what's happening. I'm at a crossroads here and I'm blocked. Or they say, the heck with it all, and I'm just going to go in another direction. What do you do to keep on that same path? Is there any, like, I want to say, patterns that you follow that keep you on a straight and narrow? Because I know a lot of people, once they get zoned in, a lot of people start to look outwards and they forget about that one thing, and then they just start shooting other ways. Is there a pattern that you follow?
Well, mm, not a, not exactly, not exactly. There's
Okay.
no pattern. I just have a few things clear that I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I hope this makes sense. I try to how can I say it? Whenever I feel stuck at something, I'm just trying to be open and see how can I do this better and how can this fit better for me. And I don't get frustrated. I don't punish myself for something not working out as it was expected. That's fine. You start a project with one idea in your head and to be really successful, but for some reason it doesn't happen. And but then you need to move. Are you gonna
Yeah.
be stuck in that position where it's not working, or are you gonna try to look for something else that you bring some of those things that you've learned with you, and then you just keep implementing them to fit in your life, and to be able to keep your head into place, because
Yeah.
um, when it
Point
gets
blank.
too overwhelming, you only want to quit.
Yeah,
That's
you're
Mm.
not
been me
wrong
on
about
several
that.
fronts.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. One of the
I
things that I
went
that I
through the
love
same
about
this past summer. You know, I was feeling really overwhelmed about all the hours I was spending, thinking that I had to be present in social media 24/7. And when I found this other way where, yeah, I do show up, but it's not the same. I focus on this time I'm gonna do this, and then I have the rest of the day free. That's great.
Well,
do
that's
you
a
do
flow
you
state you're
also
in. That's good.
Hmm.
do you
Go ahead,
also
Bob.
market in Spanish, or do you only do it in English?
I only do it in English for now, but I wanted. That's something I've been thinking about, and I would like to create something in Spanish, as I've seen a lot of posts saying there's not so many options
Hmm.
in Spanish, and that's a project I have in mind, but definitely right now is not a good time because of you know timings.
Yeah, scheduling. Yeah, because you do
Yeah,
got a full time
it's
job.
like,
We
yeah,
understand that.
yeah.
Because I actually wanted to branch out. There's all these tools where I can, translate and this, that, and the other, but I haven't quite figured out how I'm gonna receive it all.
Hmm.
So if I put it into like any other different language that I might not speak, I'm still trying to figure out how, when it comes to me, how can I react to it? Because I don't want to just, put something out in a different language and then it comes back to me and then I answer in English. And then they
Yeah.
look at me like, hey, this
What?
is this is not where I came
Right.
through. And so I'm still trying to work that aspect of it out. It's going to take a while. I mean, there's ways you can do it, but
Hmm.
I just want to be on point when it does because I just don't want to test it out and it works really well and then I fumble the ball. So I understand. But since you speak two languages,
Hmm.
it is going to benefit you. I know it will
Yeah.
in a lot of different ways because
Hmm.
there's that's like fishing in a big pond, but you're fishing in a pond where you know where the fish are,
Yeah. Yeah.
so to speak. And if you
Hmm.
was to break that barrier and cross over, you probably would
Hmm.
have a bigger following than you have right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, look into that though.
Hmm. I definitely will, and I think I might start, doing some work on the background and getting things ready. and
Hmm.
whenever I have enough to launch a new profile, well,
Hmm.
then I will do it. But whenever I think about starting something like this, like I would also love to have profile related to healthy lifestyle and the workouts and
Yeah.
healthy food and all that. But it's it's time as well. So whenever I think about starting this new project, I would like to have at least a month of content ready to go, so I can forget about it and I keep I that way I know I will always have content available to
Right.
post every day and to grow the account. Because
Yeah,
if you don't do it that way, it might get maybe really difficult to to just boost your profile. But
Understood.
you
that's
also
part
have
of
to
like
understand,
making.
if you're putting this much time in a project, you will get that much results. So if you
Right.
don't care about the time, you can start right away. But I like to be more organized and have things prepared just in case.
That's the way to do it.
That's a
When
good.
you have that, when
Yeah.
you have that preparation, when you're able
Mm,
to, plan everything out
mm,
and set it all in stone, that gives you, that's part of gaining time freedom. When you plan it all, like you dedicate like, 2 or 3 hours to, just making content, writing it out and whatever, and then scheduling it out.
mm,
That is such a lifesaver. Like I've got a
yeah.
couple of groups that, I do that with. I sit down like on a Sunday or a Monday and just, put it all out there, and that's it. It coasts for
Yeah.
like a week or two, and I don't have to
Mm,
worry about it. Just, interact with whatever comments and stuff I get, but
mm,
that's
yeah.
it. The rest is
Hey,
is
you got
is
to do that. That's
sayonara.
important.
You have to
Achievements.
do that. You have to do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But Maria, man, you're at a very pivotal time in your life where
Hmm.
you can, every once in a while, every little, windows of minutes that you have, just
Hmm.
make a program, and you're gonna
Yeah.
have a great audience there, for the Spanish speakers,
Hmm.
because like you're right. I live in Miami, and
Hmm.
I don't see so much of what we do in a Spanish format. I really
Yeah.
don't. That's probably something that even I could market out here, but I don't. I'm not that comfortable with my Spanish. My Spanish kung fu is not very good.
Well,
I'm
I can teach you
serious.
some. That's right.
I'm
Porque?
serious. Are you offering me
Don't.
butter?
That's is that what I just said? Oh yeah. You know what? Let
I'm
me.
just, I'm
That's.
just
I'm about to
messing.
say
I'm
that's.
just
I
messing.
can't climb into that market with this language. No. No.
No,
No.
no,
It's not gonna
no.
work.
But you know what I found like
So.
really cool is Google Translate. It
Hmm.
does a really good job. It
Yeah,
does a
it
I,
does.
really good
I, I,
job.
It
I,
does.
I,
Hmm.
no.
What?
No. No.
What?
That I put my foot down on this one. No, it don't.
What are you talking about?
Why? It
Why?
doesn't in
Why?
Germany. It doesn't in Germany because I tried it. I tried it.
Really?
I yeah, because I wanted to say something to my boss. Like, this is a good story. I'll make it short. I wanted to say something to my boss, and I didn't speak well German when I first got here, and I wanted to tell him that I will stay later if I have to because I was in that work mindset, and I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and translate it, put it in Google Translator. And he looked at me when I sent him the message and he was like, "So you want to quit?" I was like, "I don't know how you get work longer,
Wow.
how to quit." And then I showed somebody else. He was like, "No, you can't write that." I was like, "I got it from Google Translator." Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's not what you want to say. I was only in there for like maybe 3 weeks before I said I will because I wanted to take on more hours.
Well, hold on a
And
second.
that's
How
not
long ago was that? How long ago was
this
that?
was this was about 7 years ago.
All
Wow.
right, man. 7 years in
Yeah.
technology time. That's
Hmm.
that's a lifetime.
Nah, bro.
That's a
Nah, bro.
Not
You
in
get
lifetime.
burned
German.
one. Look, okay. I'm gonna put you in a little story. You know when you're around little kids and you tell them don't touch something because it's hot, but they gotta
Oh
touch it
yeah.
anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when they get burned, they never do it again. So I got burnt that time, and I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna Google Translate again because that's not the way I want to go.
Well, I
So
hope
it's
it's working better now because I use it to
Yes,
to
yes.
nope,
every guest that I
nope.
get at the property, at the vacational property, I send them a welcome guide with all the information about the apartment and the area and how to get there. And I use Google Translate to do so. So I have in Italian, German,
Mm-mm,
French.
mm-mm. See, 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 this is where I turn into that little emoji. Let me know if y'all can figure this one out.
I will send you the one I have in German. You
Nope,
can tell me if it
nope.
looks like or how it looks like.
I'm telling you now. If you come to Germany anywhere, that's for anybody in the audience. If you come to Germany, brush up on your little skills because there's a lot of people that say they don't speak English, but they really do. But
Hmm.
if you say any
No,
word
they
that's
do.
close to what they're saying, but it doesn't pronounce right, they look at you like, hmm. It's like, yeah, yeah. Well, it's not my native tongue, so I can't speak that way. But I still have troubles every now and then because
Ha-
E is an A and I is an E. So whatever.
have you guys seen like it's been advertised like all over Facebook, Instagram, whatever. These little headphones that you give one to the other person and you hold on to and they
Oh, the
translate.
translator headphones. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a
Mm,
pretty cool. Like that's technology in the making that should have been done like a long
yeah.
time ago. But to have it right there in real time without having to be like,
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Bob.
exactly.
How are you?
But if it translates for you right there in real time, like
Hmm.
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That is absolutely brilliant.
Hmm.
I
I mean,
wanted to tell
it's
you guys
good.
one
Go
of the
ahead, go
things that
ahead.
I love about being in this space, right, is that it's like you guys said, it's not something that is just cookie cutter. It's not just okay, I got my foundation and that's it. It's gonna set in stone and that's it. I can just leave it and forget about it. It's ever evolving. And one
Hmm.
of the things
Yeah,
that I've always wanted, for a job for me was to be in an industry that had that offered that. I come from a retail industry and it's like, man, it's so boring because it's the same
Hmm.
thing every single day.
no,
Nothing really
Yeah.
changes, nothing at all. Like it'll take 10 years before something awesome happens. And
Hmm.
here it's like, bro, it's been 3 months. We got to change up everything, scramble.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that. Like I can't get enough of it. And that's what keeps me on my toes. That's what really
Hmm.
keeps me on my toes.
wow.
Well,
Um,
I have to share something that this self development that I've been experiencing is something that I wasn't expecting at all when I started, and I have to say that I love it. I love it a lot. It's
and,
like
that's the thing. Yeah,
I'm,
that's
I'm
the
happy.
thing because
I'm happy
that
with what I'm doing with everything in my life, and I don't care about anything else.
That's
when you
awesome.
when you practice
That's
self
awesome.
development and personal development and all that, you start to come into your own. Now,
Hmm.
there's a woman in the chat by the name of I don't know if she's still in here. Tylisa, if you're there, I've learned a lot, just by watching her post because she's a journaler. And first of
Oh.
all, when I picked up journaling, I was by myself. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So
Hmm.
that's one of the things I grabbed along in the industry and said, you know what, I'm gonna try to journal my way into the person I want to create. And so far, after 365 days of journaling, because I journal every morning, and now I'm up to twice a day. I do it in the morning and once before I go to bed. I practice gratitude because it's the
Hmm.
biggest thing that gets me going in the morning, as well as I start with my good morning post. I might not post anything after that, but I have to practice my gratitude. I have to give gratitude, and then once I do that, it's just like my day just becomes open
Hmm.
and it's free, and then my mind is clear, and then I start getting these little ideas out of nowhere because I'm thankful for everything I already have. And there's a lot of people that's not thankful for what they have. They say, I don't have this, I don't have that. I wish I had this. Well, start with the stuff that you do have. Do you
Hmm.
actually practice gratitude like on a daily basis?
Hmm.
That's a question to you.
Yeah, I do. I do. I'm
And
really happy, and I feel grateful and blessed for everything I I've achieved and everything I have. I, of course, there's things that I still want to achieve, but for those people who tend to complain about what they don't have and what is
Hmm.
missing in their lives, use that energy to look for a way to get there instead of
Yeah.
complaining. Don't waste that energy in complaining.
That's the secret. Say that again, because
Don't
they didn't hear
waste
you on
your
that.
energy and
There
complaining.
you have it.
Never,
There
Yep.
you have it.
Yep.
There
never.
you have it. And you see it
Use that
online every
energy
time you
to
open.
look for the
If you,
way to move towards to your goal and whatever you
yeah.
want.
And
Yep.
that's the biggest thing because we waste a lot of energy on stuff that doesn't even make sense. We
Yeah,
complain
sometimes we do.
and complaints last so much longer. You can complain
Hmm,
about one thing, but you can be happy about one thing. But
hmm,
that complaining will overshadow every other thing that you thought about positive.
yeah.
Then it creates like a cloud. So I'm like,
Hmm,
you know what? My thing is this is me directly speaking to anybody that's listening. My thing is if you can't directly affect the outcome, stop thinking about it. You
yeah.
know,
Hmm,
there's nothing you can do about it. You're just going to complain about it and then be all soft and you know out of wits because you can't do this, you can't do that. If you can't do anything about it, stop it.
hmm.
Let it
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, it's not for you.
They
You
Definitely,
know,
it's not for you.
no,
it
no,
it's been said before that you'll have like everybody that will be able to point out the mistakes, but only
yeah,
like 1 or 2% of people will be able to come up with a solution.
Hmm,
And
yeah,
that's part of the space that we're in now. Like we find solutions to
yeah.
problems that a lot of people have that they may not even know they have, or they're
Hmm,
only able to identify the problem, but they
yeah.
can't come up with
yeah.
a solution. And that's
Mhm,
what makes us special, right? We provide solutions for those problems.
hmm.
So it's been awesome today. I really liked where our conversation started, the middle, like
Yeah.
headed towards the end here. It's really like refreshing, especially now that we've got Germany and Spain representing here on Caps and
Yeah.
Whoop
Convos.
whoop whoop whoop.
Woo
That's right.
woo woo.
Come on over to our time zone, buddy. You know.
Nah, I'll stay right here
Hey,
where it's warm
I
Well,
tell
and
you
we
here
what.
is
continue
warm
doing
as
this right
well.
here.
The problem is Germany.
Jeez. Thought I had a partner for
Wow.
once. Thought I
So
had a
I'm
partner.
Wow.
sorry, but that kind of weather is not beneficial for my body, my 85-year
It's
old body.
not beneficial for anybody's body. This is
So
it's you see all four seasons in one day. It looks sunny in the background right now,
yeah,
but yeah, wait till the sun go down
yeah,
quickly. It's a difference between night
but
and day. When
nighttime,
the sun
yeah,
goes, everything goes. And then it's like 40 degrees cooler. It's like you're living in the mountains.
Tell them
And then
yeah.
it
you
might
come and live
rain and it
over
might
here.
snow. No,
It's
I'm
I've
not
like
been
finna
in
that.
do that.
It's
Germany a few
exactly like that in
times.
the desert.
And
Yeah, I'm not finna do that. That's no. So at this point in time, we're down to our last. We're in our Q&A session. If anybody has any questions for Maria, please ask them in the comments,
please,
and we'll get around to you. We're going to spend a little 5 minutes on that while we're still talking.
of
But if
course.
you got anything to ask, please ask. Um, Moving right along. The beaches are better in Spain than it is in the States anyway. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's to you, Bob.
Ah, I can't,
Bruh,
I can't say
bruh.
yes or no to that. I live, maybe 20 miles away from South Beach, and it's an optimal beach, like year round almost.
Okay, what makes it awesome?
I can walk to the beach like 5 minutes,
Wow, that's awesome.
and
Yeah,
I
no,
have
Hmm.
it
I'm
down there.
more inland. I am
Yeah.
more inland.
Hmm.
The only time I really missed the
Well,
beach was when we moved to Kansas City. Man, talk about middle America, nowhere.
Mm.
Absolutely nowhere. You'll get a lake or a pond or something, and that's it. There's no salt water for miles ever
Oh
anywhere.
no.
yeah, but you get the Super Bowl every year though, so I'm hating on y'all.
Kansas City, Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
T-
Mahomes,
I
Mahomes
mean,
is putting it down, bro. He's throwing it
I
down for
think
a young QB.
you know what, because he's a student of the game. And
Yeah.
just like he's a student of the game, we need to be a student of entrepreneurialism. It's once you know how to run an organization or run your business, nobody can stop you.
Yep.
Case in point, Patrick Mahomes. He's
Hmm.
only been in the league for 7 years, and he's got 3 championships already, going for number 4. Why? because he understands what's in front of him. Now,
Mm.
when we do that and understand what's in front of us as far as business and lay out the steps, we become unbeatable
Yeah.
as a business entrepreneur. So, this is to anybody in the audience as well, and not just us. If
Mm.
we sometimes you got to look ahead, not too far ahead, because then you're gonna bite off more than you can chew. But look to the next part of what's missing in your business,
Mm.
and that's my perfect segue for the metrics. Um, now I'm all over this metric business. Why? Because metrics can actually build your business. It can
Yeah.
scale your business. Not only that, metrics can tell you if you're in the right business. So let's just say you want to make 20,000 a month. I'm gonna give this example because I give it in my group. Let's just say you want to make 20,000 a month. Well, does your business or can your business get you to 20,000 a month? That's the first question. The answer is no if you're selling a $7 product with no upgrades. No, it's not physically possible.
No.
Why? Because you're going to work your way into insanity.
Mm.
Because if you're selling a $7 product trying to get to 20,000 a month,
Yeah. It's gonna take you
let's
a lot.
that it's going to take you a lot, and you're going to be working 24 hours a day, and
Yeah.
we are not computers. Now, if you have a business, I want to say relatively mid ticket to high ticket, yeah, it's possible to get there. But you still need to know how many people you need to bring into your business on a monthly basis to get to 20,000. Now, if that can't get you there, then you need to find a business that is. Oh, my
Mm.
business is great. My business is great. Well, are you meeting your goals? No. Are you meeting your goals? No. Then your business is not that great.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
honest. That's honestly
Yeah.
speaking. So you have to look at the metric side of the house and see if it's going to allow you to reach your goals. Now, if it
Yeah.
doesn't, come to me. I'm the metrics doctor. You can look for me or you can DM me below.
Come on.
Yo, you've taken your
And
intro throughout the entire
It's all about skills
episode.
no,
and metrics.
What is
you
it?
know what? You know what? I have to, because there's a lot of people that actually don't know what I do. There's a lot of people that
Mhm.
actually doesn't know what Maria does. There's a lot of people that actually don't know what you do. So of course I don't mind, but you can't just meet somebody for the first time and say, "Hey, I got this business for you." No, no, no,
Mm.
no, 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 no. You talk to them. You ask
Yeah.
them, well, what's your business like? How are you doing in business? Blah blah blah. And maybe it leads to other things. Maybe it doesn't. But if the conversation leads somewhere, of course I'm going to plug myself in. You know,
Of
that's my
course.
elevator
Of
pitch.
course. Yo,
All right,
that's an
Maria,
elevator
That's
to
great.
heaven.
Pew. All right.
not that kind of elevator. I can't get you there. All I can do is tell you to pray. So Maria, it's been a pleasure having you today, and
The pleasure has been mine.
I'm
Thank you
wishing
so
I'm
much.
wishing you well on your business. And if you ever, of course, need us, we're here. We're here.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And likewise,
100%.
the same. I'm here as well for you guys, whoever's in the audience. Let's make it. Let's keep
Oh,
growing.
but before you leave, because
Yeah.
this is a new segment that I've coined. If there was one thing that you can leave the audience that can give them some help or some insight, what is that one thing you can tell your audience right now?
Well, I'm really focused on the audience who's willing to start. So I know all the fears we might go through, and at first it might feel like a scam. But definitely just go for it. Just try. Take that step, and don't overthink it. Just try it. It might not be for you, but what if it is?
You never know
You'll
unless you
never know.
try.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's right. Don't knock the
Mm.
Kool-Aid until you taste it.
Yeah.
Wait a
That's
minute.
true.
Wait a minute.
What?
What?
We
What?
health is wealth. We can't be drinking Kool-Aid no more. Let's just say
What are
water.
you?
Uh
Everybody's had water
yeah.
before. What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Yeah, but it's not healthy.
You know
Kool-Aid
what?
is
I
not
can't
healthy.
talk to you right now.
Remember
That's
the
it.
balance,
Yeah, see the balance. You gotta. Well, okay,
balance,
yeah,
you
okay,
know.
okay,
I
okay.
drink water,
Every
but then sometimes I might get a martini or gin tonic.
There you go. Look at
Balance.
that.
that, that's
Balance.
that's better. That's better than sugar.
Yeah. But it has sugar as well.
Oh,
it has
Okay.
carbs, and the alcohol has a lot of fat. But I don't think about this when I'm drinking. I'm just enjoying my drink,
Nobody does.
and the
Nobody
beer is
does.
That's
nice
right.
to us, and just forgetting about the world. So that's
But it's
balance.
okay. I'm gonna balance myself tonight. See what happens. All
All right,
right,
Maria.
it's been great. It's been great having you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much,
much
We're
for
guys.
hanging
gonna
out with us today. Really
we're gonna
appreciate it.
put you in the back room for a little bit so you can
Okay.
have the caviar and champagne
Oh,
and
oh.
stick around and yeah. That's right. When you come on the show, you get caviar and champagne and send it back.
Oh, can't wait for it.
We'll see you in a bit.
All right. Thank you.
Oh man, Maria's
So
awesome.
this is interesting.
Maria is
Oh yeah.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. That is really really cool. I like the fact that she has
And
like a great opportunity there to really like hit like a
oh
Spanish
yeah.
audience, because like we're all people, we're all going through the same things, and I know that there's a market for it. Like there's probably a huge
Hmm.
market for it, especially over there where she's at in Spain.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing because I've come so far in so many programs, but I'm only hitting like one side of the market. The only English speaking people can understand. I mean, there's a lot of countries that speak English, but there
Hell yeah,
still
there
might be a
is.
lot of countries that speak English but don't really understand unless it's in their native tongue. So that's a secret to a lot of if you're listening right now. That's the secret is don't just go after the English speakers. There's other languages of people that probably it's probably more in debt that they'll latch on to you because they haven't had that opportunity unless there was somebody in that country speaking that language.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to branch out.
Don't be afraid at all. Don't be afraid at all. That's one of the things that we've got to like look at, because like when you're on this platform, when you are doing your business online, you're speaking to the world. Like you have
Yeah,
access to the whole wide world, world wide web, world wide web.
the worldwide wizard.
Wizip, wizip.
Yeah,
Everybody, thank you so very much for coming out and hanging out with us today on Caps and Convos. It's been fantastic having Maria along. She is a breath of fresh air, and I'm really happy to see where she's been, where she's going, and we will catch up with her probably in a few months just to see where she's at. It kind of sucks that she got called back to nursing, but you know what? It's better for everybody else out there that they're gonna have someone who is caring, to be at their bedside. So we
yeah.
look
But
forward to seeing what
essential
else Maria has
workers,
to
we
go.
need we need those essential workers. Because without them, a lot of us would be in detriment. But praise the workers that go out there working those 12-hour shifts. That's looking out for not just the elderly, but somebody who's injured or somebody who needs the help. And I can't congratulate them enough. So thank thank you
Absolutely.
for your service.
Thank you so very much, Maria, and to all of you out there. We will see you next time, which would be Wednesday, for our next episode. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Peace out. So let me get it back out of the back room
I
and
got her.
make sure we grab